Eba guys, dumelang. I was in a supervision session today, and w- well, actually, it starts earlier. So, as you know, I do a lot of coaching coaches, working with leadership, and all of those things. So, don't be surprised with me hanging on with my nice and warm poncho. This thing is like the warmest thing I actually have, and my house is cold. But that's beside the point. The point is, um, so for a long time, even this morning, there was a thought that was hanging in my head, and the thought was uh, about there's something that's not being said about this COVID-19 thing. That I mean, I see everywhere on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and all my friends, the top 50 global coaches, and all of those, they've written, spoken, and shared anything about dealing with this transition of the COVID-19. Yes, so that's great. I'm proud of you guys. That's why I didn't actually have to say anything because I found that there's lots. However, I'm noticing that there's something that has not been said, and it's been knowing at the back of my mind, and I wasn't sure what it is until this afternoon. I had a coaching supervision session with some of the coaches in Lusaka that I've worked with, and it actually goes like this. First, people, I beg you, please, stop saying this phrase, the new normal. Stop it now. There is nothing, first of all, like normal. Not to mention the new normal, there's just no normal. There's never been normal. We have concepts like VUCA and all of those things for a reason, because there is no normal. So don't go talking, please. I'm asking you, can we stop talking about the new normal? That's the first thing that we don't talk about with this VUCA thing, and it keeps making me roll my eyes and get really a little bit irritated about it. But I'm a nice guy, so so sometimes I don't show it. Two, whenever we tend to talk about this COVID-19 experience that all of us are going through, because it is a collective experience, very true. It is an experience that kind of shows us that we are interconnected, and you cannot have the world one without the other. Absolutely. But what I don't hear enough, at least, is the conversation about both the impacts of COVID, the negative and the positive, at the same time. So one time when I speak to people, it's like this is like the best thing that has happened since we were able to slaughter meat and put it in the butcheries, versus people who says this is so terrible for the poor, and people are not going to be able to take care of themselves. People will be fired and all of those things, and it has been creating a lot of polarity in me every time I need to talk about this thing, because somehow I've been feeling pressed to actually choose one side over another and feeling a bit split. However, the issue is there's both sides to this thing. Um, on one side, yes, it has made us aware. It has made us this piece of dust has made us aware of how connected all of us are. Beautiful. And it has shown us that actually the whole warm spirit of human kindness is necessary to get us all getting along as humans. We really need that. Perfect. Is it going to make things perfect? No. In fact, for some people, it is actually quite hard. There are people I know who've lost jobs. There are people that I know that I have had to take care of because, well, we have to, right? As humans, we have to take care of each other. However, it's not easy for some people, and we need to kind of pay attention to the idea that there are both difficult and very serious ramifications of people going through COVID-19. Least of all, the people that are dying, the people that are losing their families as a result of the illness itself. And we also need to acknowledge, for example, the fact that our leaders, should, especially our elected leaders, because all of us are leaders, our elected leaders failed us when it comes to the whole idea of health infrastructure and pandemic preparedness. We need to do better. And we need to have this conversation without polarizing it as if it is them against us. It's not them against us, it's all of us. How do we contribute to the whole idea of shifting it into a new narrative of the world where health is an essential thing that is in place for all of us? All over the world, we need to learn already from this thing that we need to get our health infrastructure in place. We need very quickly to alleviate poverty in the world. And again, I use this word poverty very considerately because I am not a big believer in poverty. I'm a believer in how we shift our mindsets in terms of thinking and creating opportunities for people who are taking opportunities to want to live and improve their livelihood. We need to make sure that many people can at least afford their lives. We need to make sure that many people can afford to go to a hospital without us having to lock economies. I hope we have learned this. And for me, those are the things that I feel every time we romanticize. I think that's another new word I've learned um, recently. Um, for those who listen to me every time, we tend to romanticize things and we take a polarity view about it. But it's not polarized, it's not polar, it's both end. And the COVID experience is a terrible experience for many people from a mental health perspective. It's a terrible experience for many people from a financial perspective. It's a terrible experience for many people from a health perspective. And we need to learn as leaders, pay attention and shift this system such that when nature comes back to take care of us, to take care of itself, we need to be ready to defend ourselves. Or otherwise, maybe, just maybe, this could be the end of humanity as we know it. So that's the first thing. The second thing, as I wrap up, is to also acknowledge the lessons that we are learning in terms of some of the stuff we've forgotten about Ubuntu, Ubuntu, humanity, the way we need to be treating each other. We need each other. We need to take care of each other. There's no new normal. There is now. And the now is you take care of me, you listen to me, you hear what I'm saying. I take care of you, I listen to you, I hear what you're saying. We find our own strengths and leverage on each other. It's nothing new. It is what it should be anyway. So I think that's all I wanted to say. I could say a lot more, but it's gone on to 8 minutes now. So I'm beginning to repeat myself. So thank you for listening. But please, 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 when you're next to me, stop saying new normal. There is no new normal. There is just adjustment. Everybody's on their own journey. But decide right now what kind of future you want to create. Make sure that you, not government, not the leaders, not the CEOs, not your parents, nobody. You take an active role in creating the life you want to live every day on this earth. But making sure that as you do that, you do not create a disadvantage for your brother, for your sister, for other people that you share this earth with. I thank you.